Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another chapter, another road, another mile in Musical People and Journey's new rock album review show. Welcome to my amazing panel who are with me on my journey, to Trish, to Lauren and to Paul. Welcome, gang.
Morning.
If you are tuning into the show for the first time, we rate the latest rock albums. Rate them at a 4, 5 even. Rate them at a 5. If they get to 4, they get into our Hall of Fame, maybe even to our Album of the Year show, where we will rate the last or our top 20 albums of the year. Today, we are reviewing Mr. Big and their album 10. Who are Mr. Big? They're an American rock band formed in Los Angeles in 1988 even. So the band was originally composed of Eric Martin, Phil Gilbert, Bill Sheehan and Pat Torpey. Through primarily a hard rock band, they're also known for softer songs. Their songs are often marked by strong vocals and vocal harmonies. Their hits include To Be With You, a #1 single in 15 countries in 1992, and Just Take My Heart. The band takes its name from a song by Free, which it covered on the 1993 album Bump Ahead. Mr. Big remained active and popular over a decade despite internal conflicts, changing musical trends, releasing their 4 studio albums, Mr. Big 89, Lean Into It 91, Bump Ahead 93 and Hey Man in 96. Guitarist Phil Gilbert departed the band in 99 and Richie Kotzen was brought on as guitarist and vocalist. The band released 2 more albums on their lineup, Get It Over 99, Exercise in 2001. Mr. Big disbanded in 2002. Following requests from fans, Mr. Big reunited with his original lineup in 2009. Paul, going to start with you. They weren't ever on my radar, apart from maybe some of those hits, and yet they came in late into the late 1988s, like 80s. Did you come on your radar? What did you think?
No, like your idea of the hits and everything, and also that Sheehan was the bass guitarist of Dave Lee Roth band, and he called him one of the best bassists he ever worked with. So they're known as hard rock specialists, and this is apparently their last album that they're doing.
Okay.
But they don't go out with a whimper.
Oh, don't they?
No, they don't.
Okay.
So for me, 10 was a slow burner, as Martin's voice feels strained and not as lyrical as befitting the musicality of the band. I thought the music was great, but let's face it. We've reviewed Magnum and we've reviewed Bon Jovi in the last few months. And if their vocals had sounded half as good as the lead singer Martin's, I would have been very happy. So, yes, this is 80s music, what some people call as granddad music. But they out Jovi Bon Jovi and they out Magnum. So what else can I say except this is a fine album. And if you let Martin's voice grow on you, it gets better.
Somebody that always grows on you with her dulcet tones is Trish, of course. Trish, what did you think of Big and 10? Did it get 10 out of 10 for you?
This album is good old-fashioned rock and roll that Mr. Big are known for. And with this album, they haven't faltered and stuck to what they do best. There is a bit of blues influence on some tracks. This album did bring a smile to my face while listening to it, and I absolutely love the tracks I Am You, Sunday Morning Kind of Girl, and 8 Days on the Road. Vocally at times a bit scratchy, but that's acceptable for guys of their age to still be doing what they love, and they are rocking it. Solid offering.
Now, somebody who has... this is Lauren's 6th show so far, and I would say that we could say that so far she's also provided a solid offering. Let's see if it get better. Lauren, what did you think?
Overall, I thought the album was okay. With tracks like I Am You, it had a little sense of, it felt a little bit dated in places, but in a way that evoked nostalgia rather than boredom of the sound. Who We Are was one of those songs where I listened to and it was a classic pub/bar tune. I could easily see it being played like in the bars in the US. Again, that sort of vibe of you've got it in the background as like a really nice rocky vibe to have. I really enjoyed the track As Good As It Gets. It had a bit more of a classic rock vibe. I'm also a fan, this may be sacrilegious to some people, but I thought it had a bit of a Salisbury Hill by Peter Gabriel vibe in there a little bit. And that's a bit of a soft spot of a song for me. That's one of mine and my dad's favourite songs. So, yeah, that's one of the ones that goes on the car and gets top of your lungs shouting for it. So I really liked that one because it had that little bit of a little warm, fuzzy element for me. Overall, I'd say it does feel dated in places, but there's some nice modern elements here and there. Like I said, pub and bar rock vibes to it, something that I'd happily have on in the background, but am I going to go to it for a solid listen every time? Not necessarily.
Yeah, musical composition and guitarism and stuff like that, out of this world. Vocally, it wasn't that he didn't have power in his voice for me. It's just I hated it. I hated his voice. I really didn't like it. It just ground on me. It wasn't about the fact that he didn't have the power in his voice. I thought at times he did, and I tried, because musically I adored this album. I thought it was fantastic, but vocally, his delivery just grated on me. His style of voice and the pitch of his voice and the sound of it just grated on me. I just turned off. I just couldn't listen to it again. I listened to it 3 or 4 times, and it just I just really don't want to listen to this album again. And therefore, none of the tracks made my cool playlist. So, yeah, it's a shame because I agree with Paul. I think musically this was a terrific, solid album, but just vocally for me, he just annoyed me. Just because of his vocals. But there we are. Right. Well, let's find out, shall we? Will it get to an average of 4? Will it get into our Hall of Fame? Let's find out then. Paul, let's start with you, Mr. Big.
I give it a 3.5.
Pretty solid. Trish?
I gave it a 3.
Lauren?
It's a 3 from me.
It's also a 3 from me as well. So there we go. So what did Dom and Dave think? Very close again. Somebody give it a 3. Somebody give it a 2.5. Paul, you're 3-2 up. You've guessed great. Can you finish it off? Who give it a 2? Who give this a 3? Paul, was it Dave or was it Dom? Will you get the guess the game title?
Not that I'm really bothered about it.
We know you are. We know. We know you are. Who gave it a 3? Was it Dave or was it Dom?
Dom.
No, Paul! Oh, it was a Dave. Dave gave it a 3. Dom didn't like it. 2.5. You tied. You didn't lose. You didn't lose the game. You didn't win it. You didn't lose the game. Not that you care, but there we go.
I didn't get anything out of it either, but there we go.
Mr. Big fans, non-Mr. Big fans, or if you've heard this album 10, what did you give it? Leave your comments below. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let us know your thoughts. Thank you very much for listening. Join us on our journey. In the meantime, keep on rocking and keep smiling. Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye for now. Bye, everybody. Keep rocking.
Bye-bye.